Here it goes, the ding! The ding!
Beaumont's already started with a trash talk for game 2.
See you, mate.
So
Damn it. The principled response.
he's played what apparently in Melbourne is known as the wingding. In Sydney it was known as the Alcantara, known after Eddie Alcantara, who is no relation to Akakakovic,
No,
but he's actually a legitimate person.
He's got that.
that's exactly correct.
You get that Toro Bishop happening, eh?
Now for the real question here. What will Beaumont do? A tactical non-retreat. Choosing to exchange pawns in the centre. Now he has the option of keeping that bishop. He may choose not to keep the bishop.
Burka.
The ding doesn't put up this rubbish, man.
He is playing in the anti-positional style of the opening, and its demands. He's now permanently locked in that bishop outside the pawn chain, but the queen has come into play, obviously threatening the key b7 pawn, potentially threatening the d5 pawn one day. We can see many things, many offers of potential. Kaveza, is this just a blatant blunder, or is there a subtle threat?
It was.
Beaumont calmly removes the knight from the board. Those knights are some would say the bane of the wingding. Kaveza calmly recaptures. Beaumont takes. Now the key move, Queen B7.
Jeez, he actually did it. Is that a blunder? I'm looking at his face and I'm wondering.
Beaumont calmly ignores Queen D1 slam downer right in the heart of territory. The question is there a follow up?
This is completely busted. Resign now, man.
Kaveza is considering resignation in this position, which is understandable given the power of the wingding. That he would resign. Beaumont ignores all. King to G3, a thematic move in the opening. Hoping to safely defend the H pawn and tuck the king away on the G file, which, as you notice, David has only opened the B file, not the G file, as a key defensive measure for his king.
Absurdity.
The rook comes to the B file. David needs to find a way to somehow avoid losing the game.
Not chess, this is monkey business.
And yet, at the same time, living up to the reputation of the opening. He's stumped now. He wonders how to defend both the queen on B7.
He's got 2 pin knights.
And then the pawn on B2.
2 pin knights, pretty humorous.
Calmly takes the pawn on C7, and then the pawn on C4. Kaveza is trying to use the double knight pin to his advantage. Can he come up with something, or does he go for the king?
Just start with this move.
Starts with H5, preferring not to take the free piece. Looking for the king. He's going for the kill. Is this a wise move against someone so familiar with the wingding and its nuances? Beaumont is frozen. Literally. Resume the thinker pose. Work as the world uniting in the thinker's pose.
I mean, there's just so many ways to win. I don't know which to go for.
Kaveza is starting to question
What's
both his chess ability and his manhood.
This is an unprecedented good.
I feel thematically here there should probably be a bishop sacrifice and a king being checkmated on the G6 square. However, this relies on Beaumont actually making a move. Again, trying to repeat the earlier. Trying to repeat the earlier maneuver from the famous Smyrna Anand game.
This is a repeat of.
However, again, he's failed to make this big think on move 4, and his pass pawn must be pushed, but it's not a pass pawn. Check, says Kaveza.
It's a repeat of Morris.
The H pawn is falling, and the question is how to actually defend that G3 square without getting checkmated.
And the answer is, don't know. I mean, there's knight.
Kaveza trying to give his opponent good moves.
92. Gee, what a position to be in. He's turned his brain on too late for this one.
No, I'm just not there.
Some would argue with whether the brain has been turned on at all.
Ever. Was it ever on?
He's tried the
Fucking what?
the Socialist Manifesto option of sharing the brain with the world, and it has not been a success. So it would seem. There seems to be but one defensive manoeuvre here, and that may cost a piece, if not the game. That is the defensive manoeuvre. It does guard the G3 square, which seems to be the critical one. How will Kaveza respond? Nothing else, David's working off this deficit that surely must be at least a minute and a half on the clock. Kaveza ignores everything.
You got to do it with style. That's what.
Calmly puts the queen on the F2 square. Is there actually a threat? Or is he trying to win by zugzwang in the middle game? This is, of course, something that the Wingding has not had to face before, zugzwang in the middle game. And Beaumont proceeds with rook G1, an interesting defensive manoeuvre. Kaveza increases the pressure on the G file. However, Beaumont, now that the B1 knight is unpinned, moves it out to the edges as recommended earlier in the game.
I could have made him with that move. With a bit of a coin sack, that's the question.
Kaveza is considering multiple options here. Queen G3. That is a check. King goes in the corner.
Check. Check.
Kaveza considering checks out loud.
Talking to himself like a fucking
Talking to himself. This is often considered the first sign of madness, but I think in Paul's case it's at least the third or fourth. Breen, Bishop F3 sitting out multiple threats. Beaumont's reaching for a rook on the opposite side of the board, ignoring everything.
I'm gone.
Oh, the rook's off, but still it is to no avail.
Gee, Beaumont's gone down 2-0. He's not happy. He's not happy at all.
Beaumont's walking off.
Wingding of all time.
President.
That was pathetic.
He has beaten me with a winding before. I mean, that's what he was talking about. Talking about the winding.
Oh man, that was just